Hey guys, it's Friday and I'm back with another video. And today I'm going to be talking about rigging. And this is actually a tutorial that was suggested by a guy named Isaac Campbell, who sent me a message on Facebook, on my Facebook page. So if you guys have any questions or any suggestions, send me a message over there and I'll try to answer all of them and make a video about it if necessary. So, first off, I'm just gonna turn on Screencast Keys, just so that you guys can see what buttons I'm pressing, because I know I like to go really fast. So now you can see the buttons I'm pressing. So I press stuff, or yeah, you can. Oh wait, never mind. You can't see what type, but like yeah, if I press buttons, you can see it. Anyways, I'm gonna go front view, and we're gonna create a bone. And let's just start off with just gonna extrude that out, and then we're going to do that one more time. And then we're gonna create a bone up here. So we're gonna have 4 bones, and right now I'm making something that's called an IK rig. It's inverse kinematics or something, inverse something, and we're gonna create one here. Oh wait, we need to go to pose mode. So we're gonna go to bone constraints and inverse kinematics. Yes, that's what it's called. So first off, we're going to set a target to that bone in front. So, oh wait, and right now they're separated. So what we need to do is in edit mode, we're gonna take that last bone and we're gonna type in separate bones. Or you can there's a short key, Control Alt P, and now I'm just going. So that's just separating them, and now we're just gonna join them back together in object mode. And pretty much what I'm just doing right now is getting them so that it can be separable. Because before, you couldn't really move it around because they were connected. And I don't know if there's a faster way to do that. That's just how I do it. So the next thing we have to connect is this bone number 3. And that's gonna be our pull target. And did it work? No, it did not. Chain 1. This is odd. Why isn't this working? Oh, there. Oh, I don't know. I just glitched it. Okay, so apparently there's a glitch with this thing. When I press the rotate button, then it starts working. I don't know why that works. Anyways, I think I got it to work now. Anyways, so yeah. Now that we have this set up, we're going to change this pull angle. And we're gonna rotate until that they're synchronized. See over there. And now what we've just created is a rig where we have this hand at the front. So let me just start naming the bones so that it's not too confusing. So this is going to be our hand, and we're just representing kind of like an arm. So this is going to be our lower arm, and over here we're going to have our upper arm. So these LK rigs are really useful when creating arms and where you want to have free of movement. And I'm just going to call this a pole. So we can move it. First off, we can just move it to the direction we want. So this is really nice when we're making like kind of like a hand wave or something. And we can quickly like move these around. And if we go to this view, we can see how it's orbiting around that. And that's really nice, but just the only bad part about this is that you have less control. But this is just for one situation. Usually, you're gonna have multiple rigs. So this is our first rig that I'm creating. And by the way, I learned how to create these rigs by taking this, by downloading this DVD from CG Masters. It was $90, I think. It was character creation bundle. So it was part 1 was creating the characters, part 2 was creating the rig. And I highly recommend you guys check that DVD out. It's a very, very good one. And I learned a lot from it, but it was also very difficult. Because rigs can get really confusing. And I hope you guys are still able to follow the video so far. So right now, this is our LK rig. And now we're going to talk about how to create. I think, yeah, let's talk about just copy rotation. Let's just talk about a different thing. We're gonna talk about the bone constraint copy rotation, which I use quite a lot. So we're just going to we're just going to keep extruding. We're gonna make kind of like a string, and this is something that I do a lot. So we're gonna go to bone oh wait, no, we need to go post mode, bone constraint, and here, add bone constraint, and we're going to add a copy rotation, and we're going to copy the rotation of the bone below it. So right now this is 0.005. So we're gonna copy, and this is armature 1, I think it is. Oh, armature 002. Wait, is this an armature? Wait, I'm just gonna rename this. Let's call this string. Armature. Oh, there is no armature. Oh wait, no, this. Oh my god, what is this called? Oh, it is called just armature. Oh right, that's object mode. Right. Okay, so target object armature. Bone, the next one, because this is 0.005, we're gonna go to 0.004. And you can also name these, but just to, I think that might take too much time for the video, sake of the video. So hopefully you guys can still follow. Oh, and also one last thing, we can change these to local space. Change these to local, and bones. Now we're gonna go to the next one in the chain, number 3. Let's add another copy rotation. Target armature, bone number 3. Oh wait, no, bone number 2. Wait, I didn't select it either. Bone number 2, local space. Now 2 more times, rotation, armature, bone number 1, local space, and now here copy rotation, armature, bone, local space. Okay, so what I just did is I created this configuration where we have this bone, which is copying the rotation of this bone, and this bone copying rotation of this bone, and so on and so forth. So now we get this really cool effect where if I rotate the bottom bone over here, everything, because let's say everything will magnify, because this is copying the rotation of this is copying the rotation of this, which is already added by this, and that creates a very nice effect, as you can see. So this is really good for, like, I guess you can use for like whips, or you can use this for like hair if you want to do it manually and not use a modifier. That's what I usually do, or at least with like mechanical hair, not like where it's like strands, but something where you want total control of. And yeah, I think that's really cool. And also you can change the influences of these so that some affect more than others. So if I change it down, the influence is actually going to be all straight. So yeah. And then you can also make some of them like go in a different, or let's say if I delete this one, then I can make this go in a different direction than this one. So I can make this one go this way and this one go the other way. So that's really nice. Okay, so that's our second form of bone constraints, and that is using our copy rotation. And actually, is there any other ones I want to talk about? Or I'll talk about how you can use bone rotations to creating a different rig. So over here we have our IK rig, right? So if we copy and paste this, or duplicate, Shift D, and let's start naming these. This is going to be called our raw upper hand. Wait, is that right? I was clicking this one, right? Oh no, this one. Raw upper arm. Over here, raw lower arm. And over here, we're gonna have raw hand. And we're gonna copy these all. Upper arm, lower arm, hand. We're gonna copy these one more time. Whoops. Wait, did that work? Oh no, it didn't work. Okay, so we're just gonna copy those one more time. And make sure you don't move these. These have to be in the exact same position. And we're gonna call these, or we're gonna select them one by one. Oh, actually, I'm gonna hide all the base ones, just so that we can find this upper arm 0.001. And we're gonna call this FK upper arm. And then we're gonna call this one FK lower arm. And we're gonna call this one FK hand. And with this, now if we go, let's unhide those, the one that we hid. And actually, I'm gonna like do one more thing. The upper arm, I'm gonna call this LK because it's actually an LK, an IK, sorry, IK rig. So I'm just gonna rename those IK. IK hand. Okay, so now that we have that settled, we can go back to pose mode. Oh, whoops, I forgot that this is duplicated. We're just gonna delete all the bone constraints. Delete all of those. So now it's back to the default. Oh, I forgot that I separated these. Yeah, we're gonna have to. We don't really need this FK hand. Let's delete that. Delete that bone. And also the raw hand. Actually, for demonstration purposes, what we were supposed to do was we're supposed to have them connected. So let me just do that. Well, actually, this is gonna be. Let me just show it first, cause that's gonna be a bit annoying to do. So, anyways, right now we have our raw upper arm, and what we can do is that, let's say we want to work. Sometimes we want to use this really nice IK rig, but at the same time, sometimes you want to have more control, and you want to just be able to just rotate it manually. And to do that, we can have this raw bone structure. And we can set 2 copy rotations to both of these. Actually, there's supposed to be a third one for hand, but I'm just not gonna include that because it's gonna be take too long to add another one and then redo this whole process. So make sure they're on local space, and then for this bottom part, this is our raw arm. So we want to make it so that we can copy rotation of either the IK or the FK. So let's go armature, copy of IK upper arm. So that's gonna make it so that if this is influenced at 1000 or 1 at 1, then it's gonna go to the IK rig. And now we're gonna have an armature to FK upper arm. So this is going at 100. We're gonna follow the FK rig. Do the same process over here. Armature, IK lower arm. Make sure local space. And for now, I'm just going to turn down the influence. And armature, FK lower arm. Local space, local space. And I'm just gonna turn it to 0. So, for example, what we can do now is, let's say we want to work with our FK rig, turn these on, and then let's say on our FK we can move them around, and that's really nice. But then let's say we want to work on our other rig, we can just switch back and make this into our other rig. So then now we can switch to this rig. And that's really nice, so that you can switch between rigs. And right now they're all overlapping each other, and that may be confusing. So what we can do to avoid that is we can add custom shapes. And this is a pretty neat thing. But I'm not gonna go into too much detail about this. But if we were to create, or let's start off with just like a cube. And let's see, what is it gonna look like? Now let me just put two things like that. And I'm pretty much like winging this right now. And let's see, only faces. Okay, there. Say something like this. Okay, this is just like for demonstration purposes. So I'm not so sure what I'm doing right now. But this is, for example, if we create a custom shape, let's say for our FK lower arm, can make it so that it follows cube, and then we can show the wireframe, and now we see the wireframe of cube. And wait, let me do one thing. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna add one face to cube. This object, I'm just going to add the top area. I'm just gonna add a face to the top. So then, oh wait, that doesn't make a difference. I'm gonna add a subdivide. Okay, there. So then now we can see our orientation. I'm gonna like push these. Okay, so now we know that this is the reason why I'm doing this right now. Just those quick edits is just to see how I can sync this. So now I need to make sure I need to get this in object mode. I need to make these two objects completely aligned. Or not completely, but like relatively aligned. So that's what I'm doing right now. There. And once I have them relatively aligned, what I can do is that in edit mode, I can just like all the vertices, and I can edit them like that. And this is going to be a lot easier to work with. So I can now select them freely and put it over our other rig. So now let's just hide this. Now we have our upper arm. Oh wait, never mind. Sorry, I forgot one thing. Oh god, what did I just do? Alright, Alt H. Here, this object. I made a mistake. This was supposed to be in front of this, because this is the bone in front. So now what's happening is that the bone in front of here, because remember how I had over here FK upper arm. This is now the new FK lower arm. So what that does is that, let me just hide this. When I set these controls over here to go to our FK rig, let's go to FK. We can control our FK rig by just this net that goes over it, and then we can also do the same over here. Over here, FK upper arm, we can create a custom shape, and then let's just see if the cube works ish. Yeah, it's a bit wireframe there. Okay, so there. Now we can, now they don't overlap because we're using custom shapes, and we know that if we want to edit them, we can just select this object, and we can easily select the raw, and we can now switch between the two. And bam, we have our setup. And then you can do the same process with this and create another shape, and that's just an easy way to go back and forth. Let me show you an example of let me just open up a new window. Let me show you an example of what something pretty advanced, a pretty advanced one looks like. Here we go. So this is this is just a nicer version of it. So we have our FK, and then we have our IK. Then we have our raw thing, and we can switch between the two. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, there we go. So then now with ours, yeah, that works. We're done, I guess. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And I hope you guys didn't get too confused. Hopefully. This is a bit of a confusing video, I know. It took me quite a while to get a rigs, and it was really annoying for me when I was learning it, and I got really frustrated a lot, especially when things didn't work. But the things I showed you are just pretty much just two techniques. There's also really elaborate things, especially in the DVD that I was talking about. They also did really advancements for legs and everything, but I think these two things that I showed are pretty much things that you can apply to many things, not just arms, because you can also apply it to like whatever you're creating. And I guess they're just the basic building blocks that will later on help you create really advanced rigs and things that will make your life easier when you're creating poses and everything. So yeah, hopefully this video made sense to you, and I hope you enjoyed. Please, you can drop a comment below if you have anything to say. If you like the video or anything, please like it, I guess. Subscribe to my channel, and you can also follow me on Facebook and send me any messages you have. So yeah, thanks again. With a lot of playing around, I just kept on adding different layers to it until it looked cool. And yeah. So, and also with things like down here, just so you guys know, how I did that is that I first select this layer, or this strong layer, and then what I did is that I took the areas that's not selected. So the reason why I chose this layer is that there